Hey guys, howdy. So, welcome back to Tea with Bree. This is the show where I drink tea and you listen to me yap. I think you guys should drink tea too. Go make yourself some tea. You're probably watching this on your cell phone, so go in the kitchen and make some tea and we'll drink tea together. Let's do that from now on. Let's drink tea together during Tea with Bree. So we'll start with my coffee mug today. This is Star Wars. This is a Star Wars mug. Okay, don't come for me, you guys. I think this is Darth Vader. I'm pretty sure it's Darth Vader. So, a quick story that has nothing to do with anything else. A couple of years ago, when like the new Star Wars came out, like the first of the new Star Wars, which is the old Star Wars, came out, there was a question on a Facebook page that was basically just like, something about how long did it take something to fly somewhere. Honestly, I swear to God, I just looked at what everybody else said and I answered the question and I sort of got it wrong because I think I said something like less than 13 parsecs or something. And I guess the answer was 12 parsecs. So I technically got it right, but like, I don't know. Anyway, I won. And by winning, what I won was a I just raised the lights a little bit. Anyway, what I won was 4 tickets to go see that movie before it premiered, and we got to see it in like IMAX 3D at this really cool movie theater, and they had this whole like Moe's catered dinner, and they had like characters dressed up, and they had like Star Wars cupcakes and paraphernalia, and it was a lot of fun. Prior to that, I had never seen a Star Wars before, and when I won, I just texted my husband at work and I was like, hey, do you like Star Wars or anything? And he was like, what? Yeah. And then I told him that I won and he was like, oh my God, I fucking love you. And I was like, oh, okay. So we did that and we got mugs. We have this one. This is, again, I'm pretty sure it's Darth Vader. And then we got the white one, which I think is the Stormtroopers. So this one's mine because it's black like my soul. Okay, for real though. So this is my mug, and that's what I'm drinking out of today. And my tea for the day does not have that exciting of a story to go with it, but it is by my favorite tea company, which is Harney and Sons, and they are okay. I'm juggling a lot of stuff. It's by Harney and Sons. There we go. They are a brand that I found when I was in New York once, and it was delicious when we found it. They have like a little shop or store or whatever, and then I saw it at Target like many, many years later, and so I picked up a box of it at Target and was like, yep, this is still the jam. And so this one is the special birthday tea. It was actually created for the founder's birthday, but I bought it for myself for my birthday like 2 years ago maybe. So yeah, it's delicious. I don't really know. I mean, it's great. It tastes like a little bit of vanilla, a little bit fruity, kind of like not citrusy, but tropical fruit. Let's see. I definitely get some berries out of that. But it's really good. So yeah, if you are not on the Harney and Sons tea, you need to be. So, what about the current events for this week? So, let me just say, like, since the last time we talked, I've had a terrible week. So, my grandmother passed away. I was very, very sick. And again, I cannot stop getting sick. And work was just awful. Pretty sure I cried at work on more than one occasion last week. I was working on a group paper for one of my classes, which is in and of itself is not that terrible. But working in a group to write a cohesive paper is just a bad idea. Why do we do these things? And I know like school is supposed to translate into work, but I just don't see it that way. So like, I mean, we did like a collaborative sort of thing at work. We wrote a proposal. I wrote the bulk of the proposal, and then I sent it to someone to do the financial aspect, and someone else did kind of like the renderings of drawings and stuff. And so, like, to me, like, that's how it should work. You know, someone should be responsible for the bulk of it, or it's just not going to be cohesive. It's not going to gel together. And the problem with doing that in school is that you can't have someone do the bulk of the work, right? Because we're all getting a grade off of this, so we all need to contribute equally. Okay, so it just makes it complicated. And on top of everything else that was going on, I just had terrible weight. Oh, and did I mention I had to do a special diet for one of my classes? And what I did was, so this is weird. So what I did was, I know this is a keto channel, but let's just be honest. I eat low carb. I don't, I'm not very specifically keto. I eat a very low carb diet. But there are some, little nuances to keto versus low carb, high fat that I don't always adhere to. And so what I did for the class when we had to go on a special diet was I decided I was going to go strict nutritional keto, which keto pushes a lot of fat. And low carb, high fat does not, which the title of that, anyway. So we were supposed to be on a weight loss diet and I gained weight, which I gained like 3 pounds. It's not that big of a deal, but it was super annoying. Like, I don't even know how to tell you what it's like to go on a weight loss diet and then gain weight and like, just like, what? So yeah, so that added to the stress of the week. Obviously my grandmother dying and having to, I don't know if I stressed about going, like, I'm from California and I have to fly home now to go to the funeral. I don't know if I stressed about going to the funeral or about flying home. Well, I did. I guess I was gonna say I don't know that I stressed about the money aspect of it. Even though like I am like obsessively on there, like, oh my God, is this the cheapest flight? And I, unfortunately or fortunately, home for me is surrounded by like 5 airports, and so I have to check all 5 of them like all the time, trying to make sure that I'm getting the best deal for the best time, and so that became like a thing, but. The thing that I'm stressed the most about is when we flew home from KetoCon, I was sick and I got this like ear thing and I forgot what it was called. It was like something, something like eustachian tube dysfunction. That's what it was, which is like a fancy word for your ears are just not working right. And it just hasn't seemed to go away because I keep getting sick. And so I'm really stressed about having to fly again with this like eustachian tube dysfunction thing that hasn't gone away. What if it gets worse? Like, am I gonna have to have surgery? My ears forever shut? Am I gonna lose my hearing? Like, where is this headed? You know what I mean? So I'm like super stressed about that. I'm trying to namaste with my tea. It's not really working that well. It's so good. But that was kind of been my week. So let's talk about gaining weight on a weight loss diet. So my theory, or I have a pretty good understanding of how it all works in the body, the inner workings, the metabolism, and all that stuff. So what I'm basically figuring out is that I gained weight because I switched from eating low carb, moderate fat to eating low carb, high fat. And one thing, so in the low carb, high fat diet, so LCHF, which is what I really do, right? In LCHF, there's a saying that if the fat is on your body, you don't need to put it in your mouth. So things like fat bombs and just like excessive amounts of cheese, etc., Not a thing. And keto is kind of a free for all, like, just keep eating fat, pushing fat, 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 fat. And so I did that as part of it to see if it would work. And I'm pretty sure that I just like severely overate on calories. I was not tracking calories during it, it was terrible. I was not tracking calories during that diet, but like 99% sure I just overate calories because I was eating so much fat. And so then I gained like 3 pounds ish or something like that. It's whatever. It's over with. I did it. I did the assignment. I have to present the assignment in class this week. So it's over with. It's done. And we're back to what I usually eat, which is moderate amounts of fat and not high fat. Yeah. So that happened. What else was I going to talk about this week? Okay, so we talked about this briefly. I am going home to California for a funeral. I'm gonna see my family. I haven't seen them in I think like 3-ish years. Here's the problem. California has the most delicious food that you don't get in other places. So In-N-Out, I'm an In-N-Out fanatic. I need a double double hold the garden. I need a lemon up and I need a strawberry shake. Um, I need a cheese fry. Like I need all these things from In-N-Out, and I can't eat like I guess I could have a double double lettuce wrapped, right? But that ain't the same thing, child. That is not the same thing. I mean, there's Lucille's barbecue, but you gotta get the barbecue sauce on it. There's so many things. Okay, my family is largely from San Diego. I rep San Diego, even though I'm an Orange County kid. So carne asada fries are just not a thing that you can get anywhere else. And I'm struggling with going home to California for the first time in 3 years and not having carne asada fries. Like, what am I supposed to do, y'all? Somebody tell me. Do I just, live my life and not deprive myself? Because when am I going to get carne asada fries again? It's expensive to fly across the country. It's costing me a pretty penny to get there. And the last time it cost us a pretty penny to get there. So it's like, do I just eat the carne asada fries? Where do you draw the line between treat yourself and try not to have high blood sugar? I'm terrible. So what do I do? I mean, realistically, I know, okay, don't cheat. It's not that hard to be keto or low carb. Just, eat what you know you're supposed to eat and get on with it. But then I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I need to enjoy myself. Maybe I'm mourning. I don't know. And then is my family going to be weird? Are they going to be super... They don't watch my YouTube channel. I don't even think they know I have a YouTube channel. So let's just talk honestly. Are they going to be super weird about me eating weird stuff? Like if we're having tacos and all I eat is the inside of the taco, are they going to be looking at me like I'm crazy? Am I going to have to defend myself even though I personally have a nutrition degree and I'm working on another nutrition degree and I work in the nutrition industry? Are they going to come for me about what I'm eating? I'm not here for it, but I feel like it's something that's going to happen, right? So there's that. So should I just eat the regular food so I don't have to defend myself for the first time that I'm seeing them in 3 years? There's so many factors that go into this. What would you guys do? Someone tell me. I'm not saying I'm going to do what you say. So don't feel bad if you're like, girl, you should cheat. But I mean, I don't know. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Just drink some more tea. How about that? Can we talk about work? I don't want to talk too much about work because, yeah. But do you ever just have someone at work who makes everything difficult and makes it to the point where you don't want to go to work anymore? It's me currently going through that. I like my job. I love my job. But there's someone at work who makes me not want to arrive at work every day of the week. And I'm just like struggling with that. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I guess I could quit, but like that's such the easy way out, and I'm not a quitter. Um, I don't want to quit. I want to just be able to do my job in peace, if that makes sense. Um, I don't know. It's rough. It's a struggle. It makes me want to eat carbs, if I'm being honest. When I'm at work, I want to eat Bo Rounds all day long. Bojangles. Bojangles is down the street, and I love Bo Rounds. And this person at work just irritates me. They just aggravate. They just wear on my soul, and it just makes me want to eat Bo Rounds all day. Like I could just go to Bojangles with my laptop and work from there and eat Bo Rounds, and that would be great. Um, but I can't because I have to be productive at work. So that's also a struggle. Can you guys see why I feel like I just want to eat carbs? Because I am struggling. It sucks. Darth Vader thinks it sucks too. Mm. Um, I'm looking at my notes over here. Oh yeah. So over the weekend, I went and I did a photo shoot with a okay. So she's like a friend of of a kind of friend. Okay, I met this girl because she got my old job, and she also went to my school at some point, even though our paths never crossed. And she was going after a job similar to mine. And so she like messaged me on Facebook out of the blue for advice. Um And then like we just became fast friends, but I wouldn't say we're like good friends because we hung out once since we had our Facebook conversation. Anyway, long story. So she has a friend who was there the time that we hung out, and her friend is a photographer, a phenomenal photographer. And I went and did a photo shoot with her. And um as I was driving up to the mountains to go to this photo shoot, I realized that I was driving right past the exit for my BFF, my bestie. Um, and I was like, wow, who knew I was going to drive past here today? So I went to my photo shoot. On the way back home, I texted her and I'm like, what you doing? She was like washing my hair, and I'm like, okay, can I come over? So then I showed up at her house, which is like, this when we lived closer together, this used to happen all the time. But now that we're like both married and we live apart and she has little babies, that doesn't really happen. So I popped in on her and her family, and they also have a YouTube channel if you want to check them out. I believe it is called The Black Family Williams. I can link their channel below. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I'm subscribed to it, so I don't really need to know what it's called because it just shows up in my feed and I don't have to go searching for it. But check them out. Their little babies are so cute, my little nieces. I got to spend the day with them even though they were cranky. They're my favesies. Shout out to Ryan and Drew. So I got to do that, and that was a big pick-me-up. And the only problem with that is that it sucked away an entire day out of my weekend, and now I'm so chronically behind on everything else that I don't know what to do. So I don't know. That's the tea for this week. It's kind of depressing tea. It's not like great tea. I mean, well, this is great tea, but it's not exciting, fun, laughing, giggling tea. But that was the tea for this week. So next week I will be in California. I guess I can record tea with Bree from my cell phone. The camera work might be a little janky, but we'll get it done, right? Yeah. So I guess tune in next week to see if I cheat or not. But please let me know in the comments as you're scrolling by the like button and the subscribe button. The comments are under there. Let me know if you would cheat or if you would not cheat, because I'm curious. And then check out my bestie's channel as well. They just started their channel, so it's lots of cute baby pics though, baby videos though. So yeah, good times. Cheers. Don't forget, next time, come with your tea ready, all right? I hope my parents have good tea at their house. I'm not sure that they do. This might be an interesting tea with Brie. Okay. Cheers.